I said we gon' win. Knock me down 9 times, but I get up 10. Look myself in the mirror, I said we gon' win. Knock me down 9 times, but I get up 10. Look myself.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night. Welcome back. My baby is now 6 weeks old. He turned 6 weeks old yesterday. Every Saturday he's a new week. So he's 2 weeks away from being 2 months, which is super crazy to me. Like, oh my goodness, I almost have a 2-month-old baby and I still haven't even came to like the realization that I even have a child. Like, it still feels like a dream. It still feels like a dream. But he's here. I think he's ready to eat right now. So I am 6 weeks postpartum, and boy, it has been I want to say my process has been smooth sailing for the most part. In the hospital, like, if you've watched my labor and delivery vlog, then you know I had a natural birth and I had to have stitches because I had hemorrhoids before I even gave birth, so there's that. But I leave in the hospital. Also, if you see my hospital packing bag, then packing my hospital bag, you also know what I took with me. So I used most of all of that because my hospital really did not provide much. I don't know if it was because I had COVID or they just are really low on supplies. I don't know. They didn't even have a lot for the baby. So that was definitely different. But my essentials that I use that I like the most is definitely the Perry bottle. That helped me a lot, even though I don't feel like I really needed it because I didn't have any burning or irritation, anything like that. I think he did a wonderful job stitching me because I was terrified to pee for my first time in the hospital. There was no reason. Even though I peed so much, it was like, now that my bladder is open and there's nothing sitting on top of it, I was just peeing. And the nurse kept coming and she's like, you're still peeing. But yeah, I had no problems with that. Even number 2, that didn't hurt. Even though they was giving me stool softeners, when I came home I didn't have any stool softeners. So definitely it's been fine. I also want to say TMI, but before I had him, I haven't pooped regular in years. I want to say like years, and I mean by regular I mean like solid poop. Like I said, TMI. But now my poop is solid. So I don't know if that, I don't know, maybe he untangled my intestines or something. I don't know, maybe they were tangled, maybe there was an issue with them before him, I don't know. But now I'm pooping regular. So yeah, my essentials, the Perry bottle I loved, and then they have these ice maxi pads. Those are very good too. The only thing that I would complain about is because with mine I learned a trick. The pad, you have to like crack it and it becomes cold. you have to crack it and it becomes cold, right? So there's that sensation. But I learned that if you put cold water on top of it, you know, it's colder, right? But the only problem with that is when you sit, the water, you know, swishes to the back. So where you need it is in the front. So you literally have to like sit up, which if you have stitches is kind of hard to do. So that's the only thing that I would complain about. But again, no one tells you to put fucking water in there. The objective is that the pad is cold. So, you know, boom. What else did I like? The Tux, well, I have Tux hemorrhoid pads, but they also give you hemorrhoid pads in the hospital. I used all of those. Oh, so amazing. I wish I had some of those before I had him, because they're definitely probably needed. It's not, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But the numbing spray that they give you in the hospital is not the type that I be seeing everywhere else. The Dermaplast or whatever it's called in the blue can. It comes in blue and red. It's not that. It's like a little bottle like this small and compact like that. And okay, I used it. I didn't use it all the time, but it has a kind of stinging effect. I don't know if it's just me. It's probably just me, but it stings for a little bit. It's like an aftertaste. Like, not when you're spraying it, but when it's drying, it has that kind of stinging effect, low key. But it helps. So I did use that a little bit. I definitely like the diapers more than I liked the mesh underwear with the pad, because that just feels like, I don't know, the pad swishes around and, you know, you have to keep it in its place on top of having the cold pad in there. So it's like, Jesus Lord, it's all different type of things. But and my postpartum belly band. Postpartum belly band is definitely an essential, okay? Because I have lost, I want to say, all my baby weight and a little bit of weight I had before I had him, like before I was pregnant. So yeah, I definitely recommend a belly band. Get that. Like I said, I did get stitches. My stitches healed pretty quick, I want to say, because everything stopped, like down there, all my issues stopped within like the 2-week mark, I want to say. I stopped bleeding, I stopped feeling my stitches, my epidural pain went away. Like, yes, I was still feeling like where the needle went in if I was to like bend over or something. I don't really feel that now. But yeah, so stop bleeding. The only thing that I have now, I still have pelvic floor muscles, like my pelvic floor muscle pain is still there. And it's like if I'm doing lifting of some sort or carrying too much, that starts to hurt really, really bad. It's like being pregnant all over again, because y'all know I was complaining about that pain all the time. So yeah, that's about it. That's all that I have now. Yeah, so I think I healed pretty good for the most part. What else? So, as you know, in the hospital, I did not have a lactation consultant, and I do know that this is a thing in hospitals. Again, I don't know if it was because I had COVID or not, but there was one nurse who tried to tell me how to do it, you know, to breastfeed. And yeah, she just showed me once, and then I never got it again. But he didn't latch, so he was having a problem latching. So to get him to eat something, because I could literally hear his stomach growling, and you know, we don't call him Munchie for nothing. So I just was trying to supplement breast milk for formula. And again, yes, I know I said I wasn't gonna breastfeed, but like I said, he needed to eat. He wasn't latching, and they didn't provide pumps in the hospital, so I had to wait till I got home for that. Yeah. So yeah, so I was supplementing for formula. This boy cannot take formula. He cannot take the regular yellow can of formula. He cannot take the purple Gentle Ease can of formula. Like, he isn't a formula baby. His stomach cannot handle it. So in the hospital, he was really sick. His stomach was hurting really bad, and he was just screaming. So then we stopped giving him formula. And, you know, I was just trying to breastfeed as much as I could, and his latch was still terrible. So got home, and I had to breastfeed him until I got a pump. So the reason why I did not want to breastfeed in the beginning is for the simple fact of, you know, it's painful. And yeah, yeah, my nipples, because his latch was terrible, I literally had to teach myself by watching YouTube videos on how to do it, because no one taught me. And it's just like, do you have poop coming up from your back? And yeah, so I literally had to teach myself how to do it. But before then, oh my goodness, so painful. I just feel like they was gonna fall off. I did have nipple balm. That's another thing of my essentials that I loved. Nipple balm. Get you some nipple balm. Get you some nipple balm, because my nipples, I felt like they were gonna fall off. And it's crazy because I literally feel like he was like sucking the color of my areola off. I don't know if, you know, y'all can relate, but it was like white and chalky instead of, you know, brown. So yeah, that's where we were. But I was finally able to get his latch correct recently, not before I got the pump or after I got the pump. So I was pumping. I don't think I was pumping enough, and I definitely probably wasn't eating enough. So my supply has definitely lessened. I don't even know if there's any milk in there anymore, because recently, I don't know if it was WIC, but someone sent me, they sent me sample formula. So they have sent me the yellow can, and they have sent me the purple can. I didn't use the yellow can because, as I said, in the hospital, I already know he's sick off of it. So the purple can I tried, woo, he just vomits, and I mean throws up that milk, and his stomach, yeah, and he's just so sick, like he's a completely different baby. So stopped using that. But recently they sent me a new can of formula, which is a hypoallergenic formula, Nutrimigen from Similac, Enfamil, one of them. So I tried that. It's hypoallergenic, like I said. So he does not have any issues with that formula. And I used that whole can. It was like a little bitty can, like a sample can. So I was using that to supplement breastfeeding during the night, because it would help me, you know, instead of having to sit up and get the pump parts together and pump for 20 minutes and all this other type of stuff. I could just pour the formula in the bottle, shake it, and give it to him, you know. So I was using that to supplement, but I ran out of that can. So I have bought some more of the hypoallergenic, a big can. So he's been drinking that for right now. And like I said, my milk supply, that's why, okay, rewind. That's why I started giving him the formula, because my milk, one day I tried to pump and I literally only got 1 ounce. And I was like, and I didn't have any formula at this point. So I was like, you know what the heck is he gonna eat? 1 ounce? This boy? 1 ounce. So I was like, I don't have to get some formula because I'm not producing enough, like literally. So I just been giving him formula, and I haven't really been breastfeeding or pumping, but I will try to get my supply back up, just to, you know, because I feel like when you have boobs that produce milk, it's easier sometimes. Or, you know, when you can't provide formula, you know, you have free milk on you at all times. So I just think it would be a good backup, you know. And I do want to continue to give him what he needs, you know, even though it's hard. It's extremely hard. It's time consuming, it's mind consuming, it's painful, all those type of things, but you know, it's his nutrients and it's beneficial to him, and I want him to be super smart, even though he is already. So yeah, that's where we are in our feeding journey. And I also feel like maybe because I wasn't producing enough, he wasn't sleeping like he should at night, or I've came to the conclusion recently that maybe he's just an insomniac like me, which is a problem, because if I have insomnia, you know, I can choose when I want to go to sleep. You know, I've been up till 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, it's 5 now. I'm ready to go to sleep. But if he's still up at 5, I can't make that decision. You know, so both of us being up at the same time ain't gonna work. You gotta go to sleep and stay asleep. See, this is the problem that I was having. He will go to sleep 10, 15, maybe 30 minutes, and he wakes up. And the thing about it is, he doesn't like to be swaddled. But when he's swaddled, he definitely sleeps better. So sometimes I just swaddle him, force him to go to sleep, and then he sleeps better. Like, you know, at first he's gonna fight it because he doesn't like it, but it literally helps him sleep. So yeah, like I said, off that formula, okay, so I'm gonna, like, recently, this past week, sleep has been a thing of the past, a nightmare, if you will. Okay, and I've been losing it, just losing it, on the brink. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, the purple can of formula, we tried that, right? Made him super sick. So at night I was staying up with him like till like 6 o'clock in the morning, just to make sure that, you know, he wasn't sick or throwing up in his sleep or choking on it or anything like that. So I did that for like 2 days because he was sick for like 2 days. I think that totally like fucked up whatever was happening. He wasn't sleeping before, but this week, since then, Lord have mercy, it has been, like I said, a fucking disaster. So yeah, he was up almost all this week until like 6 o'clock in the morning, the whole time, from like 1 o'clock to like 6 something. So I'm like, are you even supposed to stay up this late, like this long? No, aren't you supposed to just have wake windows of an hour or an hour and 30 minutes? He stays up for hours at a time. Hours. I was on the brink. I'm trying to tell you, I was like, I'm finna start putting cereal in your freaking milk. I'm finna start it now. I'm trying to hold off, but I'm finna start it now, because you're gonna So yesterday, last night, I was like, no, okay, let me tell y'all, I have tried everything. I tried giving him a bath, starting him on a bedtime, try to give him a bath by 9 so that we can start the process, and he's in the bed by 10:30. You know, get him warm, get him swaddled, make him a bottle, you know, play white noise, all this type of stuff. I try. Fail, because he sleeps. I get him in the bed by 10:30, he sleeps until like 1. And then when he wakes up at 1 to eat, it's like he's eaten, he's changed, he's burped, and he's still awake. Wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, okay? He don't go back to sleep. So that wasn't working. And yeah, so so like I was saying, last night I he been asleep like all day like he is now, and it is 5:31. So he sleeps during the day, and I feel like because he sleeps so much during the day, that makes him think that he has to be up all night. No. So last night I woke him up at around 8:30, 8:45. And my goal was to keep him up until 1 o'clock in the morning. But he was fighting it. He fought it. Like, I had to work hard to keep him awake because he was so tired. And by like 12:30, you know, he couldn't keep up no more. So I was like, okay, you only got like 30 more minutes. I'm gonna let you go to sleep. So from 8 something to like 12:30, he was up. I kept him up. And he slept so good. Slept so good. So he went to sleep at 12:30. He was up at 3. Fed him, burped him, changed him. Back to sleep. He was up at 6 something. Fed him, burped him, changed him. Back to sleep. It was like he was on the schedule that he's supposed to be on. Every 3 hours. Okay, every 2 to 3 hours. I suggest every 3 hours. I would like 3 hours, please. Because even when he goes to sleep, it's not always easy for me to go back to sleep. So he might go back to sleep and it takes me an hour to get back to sleep. So if he waking up every 2 hours, I only got an hour left for me to sleep, you know? So he did fantastic last night. And I did swaddle him for like the first couple hours. But you know, like I said, he don't like it. So he got a little tired of it. I let him out. But we will be doing that again tonight. So it's 5:33. He got about 3 more hours to sleep. Do what you need to do, baby. Because when that time comes, I'm going to wake you up if you're not already awoke. Yeah. Because mom needs her sleep. Or she's going to lose her marbles. Okay? We're trying not to get there. I think I'm doing pretty freaking good. Okay? Aside from that, like, he's had his 1 month appointment. He was 7 pounds 6 ounces the last time he went, and he has another appointment this week. Actually, today is Sunday. He has an appointment on Friday, so I think he'll be, I don't want to say he's at 10 pounds already, but he's chunking up. Definitely chunking up. He hasn't really slept in his own bed since I brought him home, and the reason for that in the beginning is because I am by myself, like, well, now most of the time, all the time, but I found it harder for me to get out the bed and reach over to get him with stitches and, you know, just having a baby. So I found it easier to just have him in bed for easier access. But yeah, I just got used to that, I guess, or I find that it's still easier. And yeah, I think we just sleep better like that for now until at least he's a little bit bigger, because I feel like I just need to have him in the bed with me. And I feel like he has to want to be in the bed with me because he literally be just up under me no matter where I put him. Yeah, I think he's doing pretty good. I don't think he's spoiled, even though others think that he might be. I don't think that he is. You know, one day at a time, you know. That's what we try to do. That's about it. For my postpartum, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, doing pretty good. I will show you guys my body now. And see you guys in my next video.